My name is Raz Bahari and this is Excellence. Now I'm going to share with you some IELTS listening tips. First thing in the IELTS listening tips is listen to BBC, listen to Fox News, listen to CNN, listen to different TV channels. Then listen to some of radio channels. And similarly, you can watch some documentaries, but your focus should be turn your back on television. Like, for example, when you're taking breakfast, lunch, or dinner, turn your back on television or your laptop and listen to it. Don't watch it so that your sense of hearing or your listening skill that is improved. After that, you can start listening IELTS listening tests or audio scripts or recordings. You can listen to the IELTS recording and then go to the end of the book. For example, if you're doing Cambridge IELTS book one, two, three, or any other book, in the end, all your scripts have been given. So you can read them and then play the audio and open the book and read it section wise. First section, second, third, and fourth. So play the audio and read. If you can keep pace, it means your listening skill is improving. If you cannot keep pace, listen to it again and again. Then you can practice that, like play the audio and try to attempt the test. And similarly, you can also play the audio and take a piece of paper and to make notes. Like each audio, like for example, there are four parts in IELTS: part one, two, three, and four. You listen to part one, and after listening to it, you can stop it and then to make notes. If you can recall to your mind at least 10 points, it means your listening is improving. Similarly, you can guess what is the listening about. Is it about buying or selling or shopping or travel or trips? And what are the details? And similarly, who is the speaker? Who is asking questions? Who is answering questions? In addition to this, listen and understand the differences between British English, American English, and Australian English. For Australian, ABC Australia, that's a really good channel you can watch. For American English, Fox News is a good channel, linguistically speaking, or as far as American sounds are concerned. For British English, Sky News, that's very good, or BBC. These are very good channels. But for section four, because section four is a bit tough. As the test progresses, it gets more and more difficult. For section four, you can watch DWTV documentaries, or National Geographic, or Animal Planet, or other Discovery Channel, and watch those documentaries. Or on YouTube, there are so many documentaries about Antarctica, the Sahara, and some about people, about places. You can watch those documentaries and then after that, stop it and then try to recall beyond what you have just listened and try to write down some of the things. I hope that will sense. Similarly, listen and you can watch YouTube videos or you can read books and learn and understand the directions or the instructions that are given. Similarly, study different type of questions. Questions can be fill in the blanks, MCQs, live in the diagram, matching columns, MCQs. There are short questions, short summaries on listening. There are a lot of questions. So you can study different question types and be prepared for what the question might ask you to do. Be prepared to complete a sentence, check a box, or choose a letter. Take notes in your question booklet as you listen. You can circle possible answers and change your mind later on when you transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Use lead pencil. Write in pencil, not in pen, not in ink. Because pencil, you can erase it. You will have rubber, you will have pencil, you can erase it. But if you write in ink or write in pen, then it will be difficult for you to erase it or to cut it. If you don't know the answer, what should you do? Well, you can guess. There are no negative marks for this. There is no negative marking, so you can guess. Your attempt must be 100%. And after answering, preview the next set of questions. You are given time between each two sections. 30 seconds are given to check the answers, and then 30 seconds are given again to read the next questions. So you can use this time. Similarly, in the middle of each section, section 1, 2, and 3, you'll be given a mid-break, 30 seconds mid-break. In section 4, there's no mid-break. There is a slight pause of 2 to 3 seconds. You can utilize this time in reading the next questions. Read the questions, anticipate, foretell, guess what might be, read the questions, and then try to guess. because the audio is played once only. So this time which you have, you should utilize it in the best possible manner and try to read, and you can guess the answers. After answering, preview the next set of questions, make assumptions about what you think you will hear, and when you are attempting the test, when you're doing question number 2, keep an eye on 3 and 4. But in the break times, you have underlined the keywords. When you're reading, when you have those short breaks, mid break, and between two sections, there's a break. You should read the questions and underline the keywords. And when you are attempting the paper and you're doing question number 3, keep an eye on 4 and 5. You're doing question number 6, keep an eye on 7 and 8. Keep an eye on the next 2 questions. You can keep your test answer copy at a distance of 25 centimeters from your eyes, and then it will be easy for you to see the next 2 questions. Similarly, when you make assumptions, ask yourself who, what, when, where, how. Similarly, the correct answer is often repeated, but the words will not be written exactly as they are heard. The test will use paraphrases and synonyms, so you should be alert. And a lot of information given in the conversation and lectures is not tested. Try to listen only for answers to the questions. Don't get stuck on a question. If you don't hear the answer, go on. The answers are given in order. They are in sequence. Question number 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So they are in sequence. The questions are given in proper sequence. So you should not be worried about it. If you have missed any of them, you can go to the next one. And when you write a word in a blank, you must spell the word correctly. It can be, you can write in American English, you can also write British spellings, but don't worry, but it should be correct. And yes, there's some spellings, for example, Sarah. Some words or proper nouns have different spellings, or they have variation in their spellings. If it is Sarah, they will repeat. If the word has more than one spellings, it will be repeated, such as Sarah with an H at the end or without an H, S-A-R-A. Or if the word is unusual word like David Kinchley, so they will spell K-Y-N-C-H-L-E, Kinchley, or Henry, A-N-N or A-N-N-E, and R-E-A. So such words will be spelled. As far as proper names of cities and countries, you're supposed to know the commonly known words or proper nouns such as London, Bristol, Sydney, New York, England, Australia. But if the word is city, name of the city or town is new, then it may be spelled for you. Mark your answers carefully, and if you're asked to give a letter, don't give answer with a phrase. Like, follow the instructions. In the instruction, they say write letters A, B, C. There are 4 choices. 1 choice is hospital. 2nd choice is school. 3rd is bank. So, and they have the serial number A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3. So you will have to choose. And in the instruction, if they say write A, B, C, you will have to write A, B, C. You must follow the instructions. Don't write the word or the phrase. Pay attention when speakers correct themselves. The second statement is usually correct. Similarly, incomplete or shortened answers, time, dates will be marked incorrect. You will have to write full, like 21st January 2020. You should write similarly J capital. Day, similarly writing first letter should be capital. So date format, British or American, both are acceptable. You can go for either of them. Remember that answers that exceed word limit will be marked as incorrect. If the instructions say you write 1 word or 2 words and you've written 3 words, if the answer is black book and you've written book of black color, in the instructions it was clearly stated that you can write 2 words or no more than 2 words, then this answer will be considered incorrect. Or if you need singular and you have written plural, that will also be considered incorrect. So parts of speech like noun, verb, adjective, first form of the verb, second form, So these things are very important. Variety of accents are used, like American, British. So practice all these accents and try to get your ears accustomed to these different dialects. Practice listening for a full hour. Concentrate. Don't let your mind wander. Can you repeat main idea and details from what you heard? Can you summarize what you heard? Like try to practice it. Similarly, sometimes the answers may be changed or you have to infer them. Like if the person says, uh, I am going to the canteen, would like to drink something or would like to take something. The other person says, yes, coffee or tea. And the other person who's going to the canteen, he says that, no, I'm sorry, it's a bit too hard to carry. Then the other person can say, fine, you can bring orange juice. Now here the answer is orange juice. Similarly, sometimes you have to calculate the answer, like, how long have you been living? How long have you been living in England? And the person answers that I came to England. I lived in London for 1 year, and then I moved to Leeds, and I've been living there for the last 6 months. So his total time will be 1.5 years, or or 18 months, or 1 year and 6 months. So you will have to calculate, or if the audio script says Fringe Festival was held in the first week of January, but then in order to give people a break to overcome New Year celebrations and Christmas celebrations, it was decided to be held in the last week of January. So now the question is, when is it held? In the last week of January, first of all. Similarly, another example, well, this building was originally built for residential purpose, but then Lord Mosley gave it to a college. So now what is that building used for? It is used for a college. So you will have to be careful about the test. You should be attentive. You should practice a lot and understand the instructions. And once you are sitting there, you should stay focused, active, and alert. And I hope that will be. If you follow the instructions, they can be helpful to you. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you again very soon with another video. Take care.